What's up, guys? Capital G here. Gonna do a episode of Broke Plays and OTKs. Today, I'm gonna explain the deck that I play, Karakuri Machina Plants. This video has been a long time coming, but I'll try and make it worth it, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'll explain all the moves and demonstrate them in the full detail. If you have any questions, just comment below or send me a PM if you don't understand anything. The first couple plays I'm going to show you guys revolve around the plant engine part of the deck. It's one of the reasons why I really like this deck. It can go into some pretty interesting synchros, so I'll go ahead and show you guys the Shooting Star Dragon play. Okay, first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to summon and activate Lone Fire Blossom's effect, and that's going to get you Dandelion in defense mode. Okay, so you're going to either activate Call of the Haunted or Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn obviously being the most optimal choice, because if you can do this turn one going first, that's obviously better than doing it second turn. You're going to use those to get you Lone Fire Blossom. Lone Fire Blossom is going to pop Dandelion to get you another plant. You're going to get 2 tokens from Dandelion, and you're going to want to summon Spore. And this is a very basic play. You're going to then tune up Spore and a token to get yourself a Formula Synchron and draw 1 card. You're then going to remove your Dandelion from play to resummon Spore from the graveyard. Now, Spore is now level 4, plus Lone Fire makes level 7, plus that last token from Dandelion makes level 8, which makes Stardust Dragon. So at this point, you can actually tune these 2 up for Shooting Star Dragon. And if you do this on your first turn going first, because you draw for Formula Synchron, you actually only use 1 card. So you still have 5 cards in your hand. But the actual more optimal play against most decks in this format is to simply these 2 like this, so that if your opponent tries to pressure you with a synchro, then when they summon that, you can pitch, or I'm sorry, you can tune those 2 together for Shooting Star. They may play something like Baronic, then they'll miss their target, or they might synchro into something like Colossal Fighter, but you know, this will end up being bigger. It makes them miss a card and kind of fucks up their timing. So this is definitely a good play in KMP, and I don't understand why a lot of people don't run Shooting Star Dragon. It's still a very good card and a good play in this deck. Another one of the good plays that you can do in KMP is the Colossal Armory Arm OTK. And this is used in Plant Synchro. Fish OTK uses this all day and night. And you can pull it off in this deck because we run the Plant Engine. I'm going to show you how. Use the same exact cards as the 1-turn Shooting Star Dragon. And it's an OTK that works against, well, basically any synchro in the game. So let's say your opponent has advantage on you. I'm talking +3, +4. You know you probably won't win the game unless you OTK them. It's happened to me. It can happen to you. Okay, and even if they have big monsters on the field, here's how you do that. Summon Lone Fire Blossom, activate. Get yourself a Dandelion in defense mode. You can then play either Monster Reborn or Call of the Haunted and get your Lone Fire Blossom right back. Here's where things get a little different. Lone Fire Blossom will pop Dandelion, which gets you 2 tokens. But instead of getting Spore right away, you'll get a second Lone Fire Blossom. Lone Fire Blossom will then pop 1 token. Then you'll go for Spore. Okay, now you should see the combo right here. Lone Fire Blossom and Spore will tune up into a level 4. That makes Armory Arm. You will now remove either Lone Fire Blossom or Dandelion. It doesn't really matter. To get your Spore right back. Okay, Spore is now level 4. Add Lone Fire, that's level 7. Add that last token, that's level 8. We now get Colossal Fighter. You can equip Armory Arm into their big monster. Let's say they have a Junk Synchron. You equipped Armory Arm onto it. Colossal Fighter attacks. Their monster is at 36. So while we do take 600 damage, they take 2,800. Colossal goes to the graveyard. You target Colossal. The effect activates, comes right back. You attack again. You take 600, they take 28. Who do you think is going to die first? Do that 3 times, game over, man. Okay, here's where the fun begins. Let's say you summon Machina Fortress pitching Karakuri quick, right? Okay, normal summon Lone Fire Blossom. Lone Fire Blossom pop to get yourself a second Lone Fire Blossom. Second Lone Fire Blossom pop. You're just basically thinning your deck out to get Spore. Okay, so since you've got a non-machiner tuner and you've got Spore, you can make level 8, and those two tune up to make yourself Burrito. Burrito activates, and you'll get Soldier. Okay, now you're gonna remove one of those Lone Fire Blossoms that you summoned earlier to get Spore right back. Spore is now level 4. You've got 2 level 4s, one of them being Machine, obviously. So you can synchro into a second Burrito. Second Burrito activates, and now you'll get Strategist. When you bring out Strategist, you always want to bring him out in defense mode and then activate his effect to turn him to attack mode. You get to draw 2 now, so that kind of pays for those negs that you took earlier with Fortress and whatnot. So you draw 2. This is actually, let's see, 56 plus 500. That's actually 6,100 right there on the field. Now, if you draw any of these cards, you automatically, well, I mean, you have the OTK because you have 6,500 on the field already, and you get to draw 2. Machina Force, obviously, because you could just pitch it and get a Fortress back. That's over 8,000. Foolish Burial, you can send Dandelion to the graveyard, get 2 tokens, and you can synchro this, which is 3 plus the 2 tokens for Magical Android, which actually makes 8,000 exactly. Monster Reborn, obviously just reborn your Fortress. Limiter Removal, attack, limiter damage step game. And Instant Fusion. If you have Instant Fusion, then you can get my buddy right here, Cybersaurus, synchro into a 3rd level 8. Let's get, for kicks, let's get Stardust Dragon. And let's do some damage. 56 plus 25, I believe that's 81, right? So that's game. Now I know what you're thinking. What if you don't start off with Lone Fire Blossom? You can't do those dirt combos and go nuts on your opponent. Wrong. Okay, let's see. Let's say you start off with Gear Frame, right? Gear Frame searches out Fortress. All right. First, let's pitch quick here to get Fortress on the field. Okay. We can now activate something like 1-for-1, which is a real power card, and we'll discard Spore because he doesn't do anything right now. This is the case where you actually don't want to go for Spore. You actually want to get Glow Up Ball because he's actually a little better in this situation, right? So these two will tune up into a Burrito, which you should pretty much expect at this point. Burrito will activate, which will get you Strategist. Strategist again comes out in defense, activates its effect to switch itself to attack mode. That lets you draw a card, okay? You will now tune these 2 up for a copy of Beret. All right? Beret will activate. Beret will get you a Soldier, okay? Now, this is why Glow Up Bulb is actually better in this situation than Spore. So, you'll mill a card off the top of your deck, and you'll reborn Glow Up Bulb. Glow Up Bulb and Beret will tune up into your second Burrito. Your second Burrito will activate, and since you have a level 4 non-tuner on the field, you can go ahead and get Watchdog, which is a level 4 tuner. Those 2 will tune up, which will get your 3rd Burrito. And again, you already have the OTK right here. Obviously, that 3rd Burrito would activate, though, just for icing on the cake. You get Strategist, defense to offense, draw 1, 2 more cards. And there you go. That's 8,900 damage, I believe. All right. Sometimes you do get really bad hands with Karakuri, and this deck kind of feels like Plant Synchro in the sense that it can really pull games out of its ass. Sometimes you just get the most random shit, and you just got to play with it. I'm about to show you a combo. It's a near/possible OTK that I actually just thought up at work using just 3 cards, And we will use every single card that you see here using just these 3 middle cards. Horrible hand. Let's see how much damage we can do. Let's say we need to win and your opponent's at 8,000, or let's see how close we can get anyway. I thought of this combo up at work. Okay, so we'll normal summon Gear Frame, which will get us a Fortress, which we'll just set down because it's kind of irrelevant in this situation, to be honest. Alright, we'll play 1 for 1, pitching Dandelion, which will get us 2 tokens, of course. And we're going to get Spore in defense mode. Okay, a Dandelion token and Spore will tune up in the Formula Synchron. Alright, we're going to remove that Dandelion to get Spore right back. He's level 4 now. So, Spore and Machina Gear Frame are going to tune up into Burrito. Okay, Burrito is going to activate. Now, instead of going for a non-tuner and trying to do that, we're actually going to get Watchdog. Watchdog and that token are going to tune up into Ally of Justice Catastor. And because Formula Synchron is a tuner and Ally of Justice is a machine, we can actually tune these two together to get Beret. Beret will activate. We can now get Hyper. That's 7,500 damage off of that absolutely retarded bad hand. Now, you have to remember, you also have that Machina Fortress in your hand. So remember that card that we drew off Formula Synchron. If that happens to be any machine, you can just ditch that machine, summon this, and you've got game. Or any of those other random cards that I was talking about. Monster Reborn, Limiter Removal, anything like that. Okay, guys, going to show you another cool combo using Ally Agenix Birdman. The deck isn't all about OTKs. You do have to be able to play the control game to win. Sometimes you just need to make plays that make a lot of advantage using burritos and so on and so forth. The fact that Ally Agenix Birdman is a level 3 tuner means essentially you can use it in the same exact way you could use Strategist as far as leveling goes. The fact that it's a machine means that you can go into those Karakuri Synchros. Also means you can pitch it for Fortress if it's ever dead, and you can use it for limiter removal for just derp shit. Okay, so this is your hand going first. You have these 3 cards, and then you have 3 other cards which are relevant. 6 cards total. Let's see how much advantage we can actually make. Okay, and it's gonna be a lot. So we start off with Machina Gear Frame, right? So that gets us a Machina Fortress to our hand. We're already +1 for the turn. Okay. Now, by putting 1 card on the field in our hand, or 1 monster specifically, to our hand, we can special summon Ally Agenix Birdman. Okay. We can activate Instant Fusion to get Cybersaurus, right? Now, since this is a machine and we've got a 3-star tuner, we can tune into a 8-star Karakuri, which obviously would be Burrito. Burrito will activate, getting us Strategist. Strategist turns from defense to attack mode using its effect. Burrito's effect activates, and we add yet another card to our hand via draw. Okay, now remember, we started out with 6 cards in our hand. Let's see how many cards we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have a total of 8 cards in our control when we started out with 6. Not to mention, you have to think about the fact that you still have Gear Frame in your hand. So next turn, you can summon Gear Frame for another plus. Like, I mean, how many decks can start with 6 cards and end with 8 with another +1 in their hand? Like, that's some Gateway 6 Samurai shit.